Hello. No, wait. Yes. Looks like a teddy bear. Anyways, hi. Welcome to I Should Be Going to Bed. Yep, that's the title. Anyways, I knew this was gonna happen. I had like so many insightful thoughts like that I've had. I don't know if it's like I've been eating like just sugar for the past like couple weeks. So I don't know if it's the sugar. I don't know if it's fatigue or what, but like I don't know. I think it's also I'm part of Jacob Collier's, or is it Collier, his Patreon account. So like I did like the Zoom call, and that always gets me like really hyped and like feeling motivated. And I also had like another panel for another like organization that was about like music marketing and stuff. And I always like get these like very big bursts of like, yeah, let's do this thing. So I just want to like, I guess, capitalize on that, but also not just let it last for a moment, kind of last longer. So here's this video. But I was realizing that like part of why it probably only lasts for a moment is that like I try to do things like naturally, like, okay, let me like give context. So like I really want to get into, well, I am into songwriting, but I want to like be more serious about it, right? And apart from like external things, or like what I perceive as external things, like I just have a really hard time of like staying consistent with things. Hence like this whole series basically. So I'm learning things through the series, but I also realized like during both of the talks, I guess, that like what happens is that like I have trouble staying on top of it and staying consistent because I get distracted by other things, like other things that I also really like and I guess are semi-passionate about, but I'm losing my train of thought. So yeah, I get like distracted by those things, and it's not like I don't like love songwriting, because I do, and like ideally that's like my, I guess, dream job, but like I just, if you like would look from the outside, you wouldn't think it's a priority of mine, basically. So I think what happens is like I try to do things like naturally or something, like, because I guess I hear like, oh, you're like, if it's like really songwriting and if it's like something you're really passionate about, like no matter what it is, like I guess from what I think I've been hearing is like, oh, it's supposed to be like come natural, or like you don't have to force yourself into it and stuff like that, which I guess I translated that into like you'll do it when you feel like it, right? But the more I like go to these panels, like there's so much work put into it, and like maybe some people are just like able to like start and just like go forth with that work, but I actually have to like kind of not plan, but plan, or like set an intention to do it, and like really like set up building blocks for that in order to like, so for me like that's maybe not as like natural as terms as like maybe other people would describe it, but for me that's the only way to like keep consistent, or like keep it to be like a naturally like reoccurring thing, because I don't know the last thing that I've done just like out of doing it and like kept like I cannot tell you one thing. That's wait a minute. I would have to get back to you on that one, because like I really can't think of like one thing that I haven't like put out as like, oh, this is a project. And like, because I've done projects that are like time, but like I had to put an intention. So maybe like, basically what I'm saying is that like, in order to stay consistent and to make it like more natural, I guess, I have to like set out these like posts. Let's call them posts. So like, so my idea was essentially like reflecting, because for me, journaling really works and really helps. I started bullet journaling instead of like keeping daily planners, because I would fill out weekly planners during school, but like every other part of that. So I just do bullet journals because I can like write what I need, and that's about it. Not to say like I haven't been checking mine, so I do go through phases where I don't like look at it, but for the most part, when I like am at school or have like a regular sense of schedule, I'll use journals as like my route. So I guess this is like also like something to look at beyond the procrastination chronicles for me, is to like use stuff like journaling as a point of like creating future goals, and like as a way of keeping consistent, because I haven't tried it yet, but like the idea is to like do reflections each week. See, now I'm afraid to like say the goals out loud, but do the reflections each week, and then I can see like the progress I'm making, because like with songwriting or any like long-term goals, they're long-term. So like I guess for me, what's hard for these type of goals is that there's not an immediate like product or like reward. So after a while, I just drop off. I'm realizing things. But yeah, like I guess that's why it's easier for me to like, I'm being more consistent with this like knitting project than like something that will take longer. And all of these like projects under the procrastination thing are very like set time, and I haven't done any like long-term goals on purpose, but I guess that's my next little how to apply what I'm doing now to the next like more long-term goals, because those I pop off a lot, because like I mean, I don't know why, but I think it's probably because of what I just said. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, but yeah, basically the key takeaway was like because not everyone, but because I think like things like artistic related things or creative things are supposed to come naturally. Part of like that like natural occurrence can be doing things like journaling or like creating things that seem like more practical deadlines instead of like flowy things into it, because that then gives me the space to actually be like more flowy when actually like songwriting. Because I think for me there's things I want to do with writing, but I also like want to like produce and stuff. So like learning how to produce might take some practical steps, whereas like once I get like the practical steps of like the production done, then I can like give myself room to write freely and like take that time and do all that stuff. So it's not to say like all of a sudden, like, my songwriting itself has to be, like, a structured thing. Because I'm not tampering the actual, like, thing. It's the stuff around it, so I can, like, get to what I want to do. So maybe, like, some people are just able to, like, float down. Like, say this is, like, the songwriting bubble, right? So maybe some people are able to just, like, float down and, like, do. But maybe, like, that's not the way I, like, maybe I just need, like, a rope to, like, pull myself down to the songwriting bubble. It's just, like, a little safety rope so I don't, like, float away. Maybe I just don't have as much, we're in space now, so, like, the gravity is there. So I just need a tether. And maybe some people have, like, magnets already, but, like, my magnet broke. So I just have to, like, I need that tether. It's not a tether. Oh my gosh, not us. No. I reject. But yeah. So in a way, like, you guys are getting to the same goal. And again, you're not tampering, like, the thing that, like, is actually the goal. You're just, like, finding a way to get there. I don't know what happened with my, like, I started talking in the second person or the third person. Do people use the second person? Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of me. Yeah, so oddly enough, I think this would be a good intro to the Chronicles, or I might just post this anyways, because I think, I don't know, I really don't know what I'm gonna do with this series. So, like, what if I just, like, tamper with the timeline and post this now, and then I have other things that I'll post later. Like, I'm also trying, oh my gosh, I'm talking for 12 minutes now. I'm also just trying to, like, free myself from, like, a lot of the rules I've placed on things. Like, yeah, that's a whole nother discussion, but, like, yeah, just, like, again, kind of, like, doing things more naturally. But in this sense, like, I put a lot of, like, I guess, not rules, but, like, I mean, I guess it's normal. But it's not even, like, but I put a lot of, like, I don't think I even do, but, like, I feel like for me, I stopped thinking outside of the box. That's where, like, instead of, like, just posting this right now, because, like, how many people are gonna see this, right? And I think I've been thinking too, like, analytically about, like, these videos and stuff, because I do consume a lot of YouTube content, but I don't even think that's why. I think it's just, like, I'm trying to, like, assume what people want rather than, like, post what I want. And maybe it's because I'm not really sure what I want to post yet, but it's also weird for me to just, like, do stuff, like, spontaneously and just, like, post whatever whenever without having, like, any, like, structures in place or, like, going systematically through it. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll post this, like, before the Procrastination Chronicles even, like, sees the light of an editing doc. And this will just be, like, the very ambiguous like, teaser, because I realized this is, like, the last things I will say. I was watching some of, like, my old videos from class because I need to change emails because I am an alumni, apparently. But I really liked looking back. Okay, I like documentaries, but like being in classes for documentaries, it was kind of like a love-hate thing because I was like, I don't know if I like documentaries. But then looking at the videos I had for like my class that kind of was documentary adjacent, I realized that like documentaries are kind of just visual journals, especially for the people that like made the doc. Like I made that video and now I'm watching it like in a different time. So it was really nice to see. So I might just like start acting like my YouTube channel is kind of like a visual journal instead of like, at least for now, until I like find my footing on what I want to post or like who I want to post for, like what my goal is, I guess. But yeah, for now, I think it's just gonna be like a docu journal for me. So yeah, as of now, I would hope that like I don't care how many people see this, especially now because I'm rambling. And now I feel like even if I look back at this, I know I'm gonna be like, why am I saying this? But that's part of the documentary, I guess. But yeah, so there is some advice in there, and I think that's where I'll leave it. And maybe to clear up space, I'll also post it. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it. I need a better outro. I think that's something I wanna do. So yeah. I hope this helped whoever's watching behind the, would it be behind the camera, behind the screen? I hope this helped in some way or just made you think. Honestly, yeah. I'll be more like satisfied with that because sometimes like thinking is enough, I guess. But yeah. Bye. Boo. This will be the thumbnail. Maybe it can be like insight question mark. There we go.